This is video number 22 in the Book 2 series for bass students. In this video, we're going to learn a new G sharp. We're going to do a little bit more with A major. I need you first to be open to page number 14 in your Essential Elements Book 2. Now, we get to skip 57 through 60. What's happening there are the violas and cellos are learning a new note. But if you look at that, absolutely nothing is new for you there. That's like easy book 1 stuff, okay? So we're actually going to skip 57 through 60. However, even though 61 doesn't have any brand new concepts, I don't want us to skip that song because it's got some tricky things in it that I want us to work on, okay? So 61, good old D major. We've been playing in D major for a long time. Nothing's brand new here. Just one little spot's a little bit tricky. Shadow bow 61. And 1, 2, shadow bow, go. D. You're going to shift the third here. Now, let's look at that first, okay, before we try to keep going. So look at measure, play measure 1 and 2. Measure 1 and 2. Echo me. Go. D, E, F sharp, G, A, shift to high D. Now that part's easy. That should be pretty easy. A to high D, that's nothing for you at this point. However, right after you shift there, then you got shift, shift right after that, okay? So after you go to that high D, you got to be already prepared for B in second half position. You did this a long time ago, number 106 in book 1. B in second half position. So first finger on that silver tape. And then right after that, shift up to C sharp and then high D. Just do those notes. B, C sharp, high D. Echo me on that. No slurs. B with first finger, C sharp in third position, and then high D. So second half position, shift to third, stay in third. Play that. B, C sharp, high D, and go. B with first finger, C sharp, second finger, high D, fourth finger. Try it again. And go. B, C sharp, high D. Now let's look at measure 3 and play measure 3 without the slurs. The whole measure, so we're going to add from high D all the way down to B, and this B is going to be played with fourth finger. Play that now. Measure 3, echo me, no slurs. Red, C, and go. B with first finger, second finger, fourth finger, shift, fourth finger, try it again, starting second and a half, first finger on this fat silver tape. Go. B, shift, C sharp, high D, shift, B again. Go. B, C sharp, high D, B. Now do it with slurs. Go. B down, up again. Down, up. Now let's go back to the beginning and shadow bow and do the whole thing shadow bowing. 1, 2, shadow bow, go. Shift to third. Play that with me now. Really, once you get past that measure 3, the rest of it's pretty easy, isn't it? Just all first position stuff. Go from the beginning, play with me. 1, 2, red, C, and go. Let's move on to number 62. Now, this is a new note, sort of. It's a new place to play G sharp, but it's not really a new concept for you. It's just first position but fourth finger over on the E string. If you remember, your notes on the E string, of course, it's open E. First finger right here is F sharp. Second finger is G. Remember how when you play your G major scale, you always start a second finger here? That's your G major scale. Well, if we're in A major, you need to be playing G sharps. Now, it's the only key we know right now where you play G sharps, but you need to know how to play G sharp. So 4 fingers over on the E string. Let me hear, well, I'm not gonna hear you, but I want you to echo me. 4 G sharps. Look at your tuner. Make sure it says G sharp. And if you have your 4 fingers down, your E's in tune, and it says G, you're not pressing nearly hard enough, okay? 4 G sharps, echo me. And go, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Now do 2 G sharps and 2 F sharps. G sharp, then F sharp. G sharp, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Now do E, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Go E, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Now let's try 62. Now I do want you to shadow bow this because it's new. Okay, well it's a new thing, but also we haven't played a lot on the E string. Now look at your key signature. 62 is in A major. All F's are sharp, all C's are sharp, and all G's are sharp. So your very first note looks like this, but it's not. It is this. Why? Because now we have a G sharp in our key signature. Now the Roman number 1 is telling you to play in first position. You don't have to do any half position on this. Shadow bow 62, G sharps, 1, 2, 62, and go. G sharp. Now F sharp. Make a tunnel here. 3, 4, off. Easy enough. Play that with me. 1, 2, 62, G sharps, go. G sharp. And F sharp. 1 finger back to G sharp. Make a tunnel. 3, 4, off. Okay? Now, go into 63, and now you're thinking, oh, A major scale, I got this, I played this. Look what's weird about this A major scale. It chooses to drop down so you can practice the lower octave. Now, this is something you need to get used to as a bass player anyways, because when the rest of the orchestra ends up doing 2 octave scales, when you have a 2 octave scale, very often you'll start on 1 octave and then jump back down to a lower octave and then continue with the scale. So this is a weird scale for you, but I want you to get used to it. You definitely need to shadow bow this first. You're thinking, oh, it's just a scale, just trust me on this. Okay, notice in measure 3 where it drops down, what is that note? That is an open E, okay? Of course, the A major scale is in A major. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, 3 sharps. Shadow bow, 1, 2, 63, and go. A, B, now C sharp. Now open D, and now go to open E from here, open E. Now 1 finger F sharp, now G sharp. Now lift, second line. And yes, it's gonna jump again. F sharp, open E, but look what's next, open D. Now C sharp, B, and A. Okay, play now with me. That jumping is, you think a scale's easy, but if you're not watching your music, you're going to get lost in that. Beginning, 1, 2, 63, and go. Open A, B, now C sharp, open D, now go to open E, F sharp, G sharp, A, now lift, G sharp, F sharp, E, now go to open D, C sharp, 3, 4, off. Okay, hope you did good on that. Moving on to 64. Now they didn't do anything weird with this arpeggio. It's just the arpeggio. You've already learned this. You've already practiced it. You should have practiced it today already. 64, just play it with me. Just pepperoni pizza rhythm, no shifting, should be easy. 1, 2, 64, and go. C sharp, E. Forte, off. Okay? Be practicing in A major, practice that scale. Not necessarily one in here, practice the one where you go to half position every day, that in the arpeggio, and eventually you'll be doing the thirds as well with A major.